Yehova Zvaot Elohim. Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh. Please fill me and lead me, and cover me and stir me, and speak through me with your Ruach HaKodesh, that I may speak your written words with boldness to those who listen. I ask all these things in Yeshua HaMashiach's name. Amen. We'll start with the Shema. Listen and obey. Children of Yehova, pay careful attention and respond. Yehova is our power and authority. Yehova works in unity with himself, and you shall act upon your love to Yehova with your power and authority, with your thoughts and mind, with your entire body, with all the muchness that you have. Yod, He, Vav, He. Hand, behold, nail, behold. 2 Kings chapter 2. The time came for Yehova to take Eliyahu up into heaven in a whirlwind. Eliyahu and Elisha were on their way from Gilgal when Eliyahu said to Elisha, "Please wait here, because Yehova has sent me all the way to Beit El." But Elisha said, "As Yehova lives and as you live, I will not leave you." So they went down to Beit El. The guide prophets of Beit El came out to Elisha and said to him, "Do you know that Yehova is taking your master away from you today?" "Yes, I know," he answered. "Say no more." Eliyahu said to him, "Elisha, please wait here, because Yehova has sent me to Jericho." He replied, "As Yehova lives and as you live, I will not leave you." So they came to Jericho. The guild prophets of Jericho approached Elisha and said to him, "Do you know that Yehova is taking your master away from you today?" "Yes, I know," he answered. "Say no more." Eliyahu said to him, "Please wait here, because Yehova has sent me to the Jordan." He replied, "As Yehova lives and as you live, I will not leave you." So the two of them went on. 50 of the guild prophets went and stood watching them from a distance, while they stood by the Jordan. Then Eliyahu took his cloak, rolled it up, and struck the water with it. And the water divided itself to the left and to the right, so that they crossed on dry ground. After they had crossed, Eliyahu said to Elisha, "Tell me what I can do for you before I am taken away from you." Elisha said, "Please, let a double share of your spirit be on me." He replied, "You have requested a hard thing. Nevertheless, if you see me when I am taken from you, you will get what you asked for. But if not, you won't." Suddenly, as they were walking and talking, there appeared a fiery chariot with horses of fire. And as it separated the two of them from each other, Eliyahu went up into heaven in a whirlwind. Elisha saw it and cried out, my father, the chariot and horsemen of Israel." Then he lost sight of him. Seizing his clothes, he tore them in half. Then he picked up Eliyahu's cloak, which had fallen off of him. Standing on the bank of the Jordan, he took the cloak that had fallen off Eliyahu, struck the water, and said, "Where is Yehova, the God of Eliyahu?" But when he actually did strike the water, it divided itself to the left and to the right. Then Elisha crossed over. When the guild prophets of Jericho saw him in the distance, they said, "The spirit of Eliyahu does rest on Elisha." Advancing to meet him, they prostrated themselves on the ground before him and said to him, "Here now, your servants include 50 strong men. Please let them go and look for your master, in the event that the spirit of Yehova has taken him up and set him down on some mountain or in some valley." He answered, "Don't send them." But they kept pressing him until finally, embarrassed, he said to them, So they sent 50 men. For 3 days they searched, but they didn't find him. On returning to him, where they were waiting in Jericho, he said to them, "I told you not to go, didn't I?" The men of the city said to Elisha, "My lord can see that this is a pleasant city to live in, but the water is bad, so that the ground is causing miscarriages. Bring me a new jug," he said, and he put salt in it. They brought it to him. He went out to the source of water, threw salt in it, and said,
This is what Yehova says: I have healed this water, and it will no longer cause death or miscarrying. The water was healed and has remained healed to this day, in keeping with Elisha's spoken word. Elisha left up to go to Bethel, and he was on his way up the road. Some boys came out of the town, began making fun of him. Going up, Baldy. Going up, Baldy. He looked behind him, saw them, and put a curse on them in the name of Yehova. Whereupon 2 female bears came out of the woods and mauled 42 of the boys. He went out from there to Mount Carmel and then returned to Shamron. How can we learn to love our Creator after reading this fascinating second chapter of 2 Kings? We can trust in the perfect timing of Yehova. Be persistent with what you desire Yehova to give you. Follow Yehova wholeheartedly. Trust in the power of Yehova by way of his Ruach. Ask for a generous portion of the Ruach of Yehova. Focus your eyes on obeying the word of Yehova, not turning to the right or to the left. Proclaim Yehova, the Elohim of Israel. Trust Yehova, the great healer. Respect the chosen of Yehova. Aim to bless others in the name of Yehova. How can we love others as Yeshua loves us? We can bless others in the name of Yehova. Bear one another's burdens. We can ask for a generous portion of the Ruach of Yehova to be able to point others to obey Yehova wholeheartedly. Produce spiritual fruit: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, humility, self-control. We'll end this Friday night Shabbat with the Arianic blessing using the name. Yehova will kneel before you presenting gifts, and he will guard you with a hedge of protection. Yehova will illuminate the wholeness of his being towards you, bringing order, and he will provide you with love, sustenance, and friendship. Yehova will lift up the wholeness of his being and look upon you and will set in place all you need to be whole and complete. Shabbat Shalom.